Hi guys, today we are reviewing a Swatch diver's watch. This is the SUUM100 Cuttlefish watch. In review we'll be going through the style, features as well as dimensions. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, this is a large diver's watch from Swatch. It's got a black see-through plastic case, so that means you can see through the sides. It's got a semi-see-through bezel, we'll get to that later, and then you've got a nice big yellow crown on the other side, plastic of course. We have an anthracite sort of grey-black strap with this sort of like fluted effect, makes it look a bit like an oyster bracelet. Here you can see we have a retainer in a sort of a clear greeny sort of yellowy fluorescent plastic, sort of semi see-through. We have a yellow see-through buckle, plastic buckle. It does say Swatch on it, and this is a double buckle as such, so it goes through twice. You go through this side, over, and then out the other side. Once we've undone that, you can see we have a lot of adjustment points on the strap, and again a sort of a textured inside to it, which makes it more comfortable on the wrist. Again, on the strap itself it does say Swatch on that side. And now the back, again, as you can see here, is see-through, so we can see through to some of the mechanism in the back of the watch. Now the watch is a skeleton diver's watch, and we'll show you that when we come around to the front. Now also on the clear back it does tell us that the watch is water resistant. It says here to 20 bar, 200 meters. I'm not so sure with the way that Swatch do their batteries, because you put the battery in with this coin twist here and it's got just a couple of lugs that keep it in place. There is some weather seals in here and sort of rubber to keep it dry, and you probably could take it swimming. I'm not saying you couldn't take it swimming, but to 200 meters or a 200 meter watch, maybe, you know, slight scuba diving, I don't know, although it is a scuba watch. And as we come around to the front, you can see that the bezel is an ordinary diver's bezel as such. It is very wide on this watch. You can see how big it is. It's got a arrow at the top and it's got numbers around the edge in bright yellow. This does rotate as always. So it's a rotating bezel, and then you've got this sort of domed plastic crystal, and behind that you can see the skeleton face. We haven't really got a shoulder inside, so it's sort of just clear on the inside. The actual face of the watch is sort of clear over the skeleton bit, so you've got a clear face but it's got hour markers on it which look like they're black. They've got yellow around the little triangle pieces, and you've got a yellow on the edges of the 12, 3 and 6 in the numbers. You also have skeletonized hands, so the base of the hand you can see is yellow, and then you've got a sort of a cutout bit with a sort of a black and then a black tip on the hour hand and a black second hand. The tips of the hands look like they're black, as do the numerals and the hour markers, although actually they do glow in the dark. So it has got glow in the dark facility. It doesn't look like it from the fact that they look black here, but they do actually glow. Now the bezel hasn't got any luminous paint in it at all. You've got this lovely yellow, but there's no luminous paint in the top here, which again is down to the fact it probably isn't as full dive as you'd expect it to be. I don't think you'd be really going down to the depths with it. It would look nice on your wrist, but it's quite a small face, and really if you're diving you want a much bigger face than this. This is a lot more for show than it is for actual diving, although as I said, I could imagine you're wearing it on a boat or swimming or somewhere near the ocean or on the coast, so it's not completely lost as a scuba watch. It just isn't fully capable, should we say, but still a very nice watch. If we come to the sizes now, we have a face of 25mm. As I said, it is a small face, but the bezel's very wide. So with the bezel, the case size is actually 42mm. And if you include that crown, it makes it nearly 50. It's 48mm in width. So it is a big, chunky watch, even though it's got a small face. The strap is pretty standard. It's a 20mm strap, sort of from about here. So again, pretty standard size. Depth-wise or thickness, because it's a big chunky watch, it is actually quite thick. It's 16mm, which is unusually thick for most of the watches I have. I normally have watches about 12 or 13. So this is quite a bit bigger than the normal watch, and it sits much bigger on the wrist. When you're wearing it, you do feel that it's a bigger, chunkier watch, and it's a substantial looking watch. On the other hand, it only weighs 42 grams, so it's a very light watch because it's all plastic and silicone. There are a few metal pieces inside the skeleton, sort of the mechanism's metal in some ways, but otherwise it is a very lightweight Swatch watch. Now, I do think they do other models in this range. I've seen a few different colours. As I said, this one's called the Cuttlefish. They have others with other funny names as well, and I said brighter, different colours. If I see some, I may add to collection. I am still looking at collecting the scuba watches, the ones that I like, and this is one of them. This is a little bit unusual for the scuba watches because it's a lot bigger than the normal ones, but I think it looks really cool, so I will keep an eye out and see if I can get some more. So anyway guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and share it with your friends, tell everybody, and see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.